What's going on, guys? T2RX6 here, back for my favorite day, and it's new masterpiece day. And this is MP-20 Wheeljack. And oh my god, guys, every time I think they can't possibly make a better masterpiece, they put out one that just floors me. And this is just, it's just amazing. It's a Lancia Stratos Turbo. It's the Articulation racing version from, I believe, Le Mans, and man, every detail of this thing is just here. It just looks so great. If you're not a car person, maybe you don't get it, but wow, I mean, this is amazing. I really love how this looks. Now, when you get this guy out of the box, these mirrors here are not actually in. They just kind of peg in, and it doesn't seem super duper strong. I might put a little bit of clear floor polish on this guy and just to tighten up those mirrors, but they don't fall out or anything when it's upside down. So yeah, he rolls great. I mean, if you're having trouble rolling him when you transform him back and forth, you probably don't have this stuff tabbed in right, which makes these sit a little bit low, but assuming you have it right, rolls like a champ. So really, not much more to say about this mode, aside from this piece that keeps popping up, and I'm pretty sure it's probably because something back here is just not quite properly aligned from transforming him back, because I don't remember that when I first saw him. He does come with two accessories. His little pistol, nowhere on this car that I can see to put this. Actually, he said as he figures out that there might actually be a place to put this. Does that work? No, not really. Maybe this way. There we go. Actually, there is a place to put it. My apologies. So it does form kind of an exhaust, but he does have molded in exhaust here. So that's cool. You got that. And then this one right here pegs into the roof. If I do have one little complaint, it's that they have a little mechanism in there that hides the post there, but you really can't access it without actually popping them open and pushing that little mechanism here by hand. It is spring loaded, it's just not strong enough to get past these painted portions. But you know, that's just such a minor little complaint to complain about. I really can't argue that very much. So let's bring out, I brought the two masterpiece car molds we already have. Here's smoke screen, and here is side swipe, and you can see he scales really nice. If you want to see approximately how he's gonna scale when it comes to the masterpiece prime, then I suggest checking out one of these videos, because there's really not much more to say about that. But we'll show him in bot mode next to that prime, of course. Alright, so let's get this guy transformed. I find it's easiest to start by disconnecting the back here, just because we need things to kind of move around here. And we can take this and pull the front away like so, and then carefully, it's a little bit tough here, because the big thing I'm trying to avoid doing is putting too much pressure on this clear front window here, because it is kind of something you need to work on to get out of the way, but I don't want to push on it too hard so we don't end up accidentally cracking that window, because that is a possibility. It could happen, and nobody wants that. We certainly don't want to break that. So there we go. Just kind of free it up as best you can. You can see the little tab holes here where it was plugged in. Once that's done, you can take this and you can telescope the legs on forward and out like so. Now we're going to come down here and fold the feet forward like that, and then this little piece here comes down and actually flips all the way around like so, and it'll plug into the bottom of that hinge here like that. So I'll do that again on this side. Flip this thing forward, and I should have made sure there was better clearance on this little black piece here before I started flipping it around. But once you have that, flip this around here and plug it on in like so. So we pretty much got the feet set up. The only thing left to do now is disconnect this door piece here, which does fold down like this, and flip that piece on in. So I'll show you again on this side because I don't think it was clear. Fold that and flip that on in like this. Yes, so this is folded in when I was in the process, sorry about that. So it's normally out like that, and we flip it on in like this. And then you want to take this and fold the inside hinge here, because you can see you've got this double hinge assembly here. So you want that inside hinge to fold in. And actually, I guess leave these out like that. And then plug this in to here, like so. So you should have something like that going on for the foot. So let me show you that again, because of course it wasn't very clear. So this does fold out like this. Then we fold this on in, and you can see this hinge works a lot nicer for me than this one does. I'm sure in time it'll loosen up. And then just take this and plug it on in like so. And there we go. Now we got the actual feet done here. So now we can come up to the rest of the car here and take the legs like this and just kind of rotate out the waist like so. And you can see you got the little tab here. This is gonna plug in here. Just remember, you don't need too much force. Just push it on into place like so. Now we'll come up to the top of the car here, and we want to open up the top like this. Kind of separate that. Take these pieces and carefully flip them all the way down and around to the back here. And this part's a little bit tricky. So the instructions tell you to kind of like lift this up and do stuff. I just rotate this all the way on around like that. There's absolutely no reason to lift them up. These are clear little hinges. They're a little bit difficult to work with. Make sure you just apply pressure towards the bottom so you don't snap any of the hinges. But yeah, there's really no reason to lift it if you have everything kind of right. There's barely anything that this has to go by, just this wheel. So work the wheel and the arm at the same time, and you won't even have to lift it, so you don't have to worry about that clear plastic there. So once that's in position, that actually does let this all fold around, and you can see how the wheels pop through, so it would have been a problem. So once the wheels are there, we'll just go ahead and disconnect the arms here like this, and this whole assembly can fold down. This little tailpipe assembly kind of folds up. It looks like this should like plug into something, but as far as I see, there's nothing to actually plug it into. You just kind of fold it on in so you can bring everything else down. And this is where we're going to want to open up the front before we finish everything and reveal his head. So you take this and you open it on up like so, and you have to have this shoulder piece out of the way to make that happen. Epic head reveal, which there is a mustached face under there. I don't personally care, but there's a lot of people who do, so I figured it's worth pointing out to you if you are one of those people. Take this, fold it on down all the way, and then plug this tab right into the back piece here, like that. And you can see we pretty much have Wheeljack done. It's just a matter of kind of figuring out his arms. So we're going to take this, and we're going to rotate this spoiler piece so it rotates on in like that. And then we can flip the hand out like this, and then you want to flip the hand the other way so that makes the arm look like this. So once again, you have to lift the little spoiler piece over the bottom part of the hand, flip it in, rotate this down, rotate the hand around, rotate this around, and there you go. There's Wheeljack. And the first time I transformed this guy, I said, oh my god, it is the Wheeljack that I have wanted for 30 years now. He doesn't look like an ape. He doesn't have hands that reach down to his knees. This is the Wheeljack from the TV show that I always wanted to have as a kid. And here he is. So, we can take his rocket launcher accessory, because what's Wheeljack without his rocket launcher? And I do like that they gave it a little pivot so you can actually just pivot it up just a bit. And we'll take his blaster, of course. Open up his hand and put that in there. So there we go. There's Wheeljack. He is awesome. So let's talk articulation. We'll do some comparisons. Head is on, it seems like a ball joint. Actually, no. Looking at it from the side, I can see that there's a swivel joint here, which then gives you great range of motion upwards. Not so much going down, just a little, and then a rotation, which is good. Just as good as a ball joint, if not better, because you can get much more upward. Look, he's flying like Superman. You got the universal joint here. Just be careful of the wings. The just in and out here. Bicep swivel, elbow, wrist articulation, hand you saw. The waist articulation. The thigh is cut like that, and then you have the side to side. You do have a thigh swivel up here right at the actual crotch area, which is nice. Looks good. It's a good joint to have. Decent knee joint. Nothing too fancy. No turn down here to move this, but that's okay. And then coming down here, it seems like he doesn't have it, but they actually built in this one little special joint here to make a ankle tilt, so you can give him all kinds of super crazy ankles if that's your thing. More natural looks are preferred by me, of course. So yeah, he is just awesome. I mean, a well done toy. I think my only worry would be that from messing with him, maybe paint will start chipping eventually, because there is a lot of paint on him. But you know what? He's awesome. I really like him. So let's bring out that smoke screen again. And let's bring out Sideswipe here. And just to give you an idea of what they look like next to each other. You know what? Let's get a zoom in on that face. That Wheeljack face. Very, very nice. And of course we can bring out, whoops, let's not drop the camera, MP-10 here for the background. And you know, scales really nicely with MP-10 as always. And finally I'll bring out the little Art Feather Bumblebee, who I am dying to replace with the next Masterpiece. Can't wait for Masterpiece Bumblebee. So let's actually get this guy transformed back. We'll go ahead and start by taking off all his weapons again. Like so. And we'll start by doing all these little bits right here. So we'll fold, well, let's fold his arm back the proper way. Flip this around, flip that, and you have to pull this little white panel on through too. It transforms with the hand usually, and then when you transform it back it just tends not to. So take that, close that on up so it looks like this. Again, flip the hand so it matches, flip that around, flip the piece with it, flip this on around like so. There we go, we got that. Now we'll swing this on around like so, and just kind of carefully open these on up like that. Once we've got that sort of in motion, we'll go ahead and drop these wings on back so we don't have to mess with the hinges. There we go. We can see that we have to bring this back like so, and this like so, and then we'll flip the bicep around. And see, this is when things don't, when that piece didn't clip in here, I'm pretty sure it's because this was not 100% accurately turned in the right location. So, you know, if you do have trouble getting that back flap piece to stay, make sure you check on that stuff. So once you got that, we can now actually close this all up like so, and this will peg together like that, and then we can actually go ahead and just put that back flap piece on in. So we got that. We'll go ahead and we'll open up his chest here and swing this on down and swing the little exhaust piece around, and go ahead and flip his head on in and close this back up. Flip that around and we can close the back of the car. So we've got pretty much half of a car here. Rotate this around like that so it plugs on into here. Again, being careful of the pressure we put on this clear plastic piece here. And then we'll come back to here and kind of grip this piece here to unpeg it. And that is a little bit scary with how tight it is to kind of grab this and pull it. But knock on wood, so far I don't see any problems coming from it. And then this part is difficult because we got to get that double joint again back upwards and make everything fit properly. And there is a little tab here on the side and a tab inside, so there is a proper place for it, which can be a little bit tough to get it in, but once it just snaps into place, you'll know you have it. So this looks like that. Make sure we have that little piece in the right location. Flip this, flip that all the way up, and easiest to see from this side if we get that little piece in. There we go, like so. Now we can take these, fold them all the way around, fold this like so, and then we can telescope that on in, plug the front of the car in, telescope this on in, again plug the front of the car in, plug these two pieces in, and then it's just a matter of making sure that we get these little interior joints here set up properly. So what needs to happen is the front one needs to go to the bottom, and then the one closest to this one here needs to kind of contract on in, and so you may want to not quite have that plugged in, but there we go. And you can see it'll collapse to the bottom pieces down there. So hopefully do that again. This is the one part that I'm not a huge fan of, but it's not too bad, and I think the more that it gets done, the more that's going to actually end up kind of loosening up, and everything will end up working great. So yeah, that is Wheeljack, Masterpiece Wheeljack, and he is freaking awesome. If you are a G1 fan, you need this guy. This whole Masterpiece line since MP-10 has pretty much been the best thing to happen to G1 since G1. So yeah, get it. Definitely get it. This is by far my favorite Masterpiece. I think I might actually go for exhaust just because I like it so much. I'm not sure. Don't hold me to that, but I really like this guy. So this is T2RX6. I hope you guys enjoyed the bonus review, and I'll see you next week.